Hello, everyone. I have a special guest today. Joseph is here, a great, amazing success story. Welcome, Joe.
Welcome, Dr. Byrd.
Hey, listen,
Yes.
tell us all about where you were, what was happening, and before you found out about keto.
Well, it goes back to 1995, and I was a four-pack a day smoker.
Wow.
So luckily, my friend's wife made an appointment for him to go for acupuncture, and I had tried to quit smoking. I couldn't quit smoking. And anyway, I went for one session, and I walked out of there February 20th, 1995, and I haven't smoked since.
Wow.
But I immediately started packing on the pounds.
Mm.
So, and everybody, I sent a lot of guys to this fellow, and probably 80% of them quit. But anyway, I was packing on the pounds, and no matter what I did, I wasn't eating junk food. I was eating chicken, fish, salads, drinking water, black coffee with, you know, and I gained weight. And so anyway, I built a gym in my basement, and I religiously worked out for 6 days a week. For 8 years, I was doing the treadmill an hour a day at 4 miles an hour on the high incline, and 3 days a week doing weights. And I wasn't drinking alcohol or anything like that. And I just blew up 80 pounds from
Oh,
162 at the time to 242. So I
wow.
finally threw in the towel. I said, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm just wasting all this time working out, and I'm eating good food, supposedly, but I was eating wheat bread. I told you to eat wheat bread, and I was eating wheat bread. And anyway, fast forward 18 years from February 95, and that's where I got hooked up with you. And I said, geez, that makes a lot of sense. And so the first week, I started on the 18-hour day fast in like a 6-hour eating window. And lo and behold, I lost 2 pounds. I couldn't
Wow.
even lose 1 pound.
Interesting.
Lose 1 pound. So
Interesting.
the next week, I lost another two. And it was
Wow.
cumulative. Eight
Wow.
pounds the first month. And 10 months later, I shed the 80 pounds. I never starved. I was, eating, good food, and go out to 14 months. I started in June 2013. In August 2014, I was down 100 pounds.
Gosh.
My wife has also lost 97 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
And you won't believe how great I feel. I was a health wreck. I was on Lipitor, and I would remember patching cracks in my driveway. And if I was kneeling down, I couldn't even get up. I
Oh,
am like a teenager now. I've got so much energy, and my blood pressure, well, now it's getting a little low. I don't know. My blood pressure this morning was 99, 67, and 82. I don't know if that's too low, but it's usually running around 115, 120, but it's been a little low lately. So I'm not sure if that makes
you
this
just
too
need,
bad
all
or
you need to
not.
do is add a little bit of salt. Add a little bit of salt.
I do use the pink Himalayan salt, but I shifted over. Uh, I drink a lot of tea with the pink Himalayan salt and turmeric and a little pepper and apple cider vinegar. But for the last week or so, I've been drinking some coffee with the stevia. But
Wow.
I'm kind of, you know, phased out of the tea a little bit, but I'm going back into it again. I drink organic green tea.
Do you drink a lot during the day?
Yes, I probably drink 4 cups of it during the day.
Great. So all you have to really do is just add the B1 back into things like the nutritional yeast. If you're doing some of that, because the tea and coffee will deplete B1, and that could affect the blood pressure either one way or the other. But I have a question. So at your maximum weight, you were at 200 and how many pounds were you at your max?
42.5 pounds.
And how much did you weigh?
And I'm
today?
5'5".
5'5". And how much did you get down to today? What do you weigh now?
This morning I weighed 133.2.
Wow, this is amazing.
So I'm down almost 100. Well, I was down 110 pounds from my high weight.
Wow. So other than the bread before, now that you're eating it, what else was different? Is it the fasting part that, because before maybe you're snacking, like what's the difference before and now?
I think the working out was creating cortisol, which ushers in insulin. And I think it was stress from cortisol working out. I mean, I was like a fiend working out. And I think it was cortisol counteracting my weight loss. Well,
wow. Wow. But also you probably weren't fasting before, correct?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was eating like 3 meals and I wasn't fasting. And I was pretty good. I didn't eat a lot of junk food, pastas and pizza and all that. But no matter what I did, the weight wouldn't budge.
Wow.
And I'm a religious follower of yours. I've sent so many of my friends to you and told them about you, and you're just incredible. I love you, Dr. Berg. I mean, my wife, she couldn't lose any weight. She's down 97. She has a way to go. We called the show in 2019, and you recommended that my wife eat every other day. Well, she hasn't done that so much. We're like 1 meal a day, but she's kind of plateaued. But she started to drop down a little bit.
Great.
Good. We eat good food, grass-fed beef. We eat a lot of veggies. I grow kale and stuff like that, and we eat healthy.
Oh, that's so amazing. What could I ask your age?
I'm going to be 72 in February.
You do not look 72. You look like you're young. That's amazing. I could just see you just have that youthful look.
I feel like a teenager, Dr. Berg.
Amazing.
You can't believe how good I feel. I've got a little farm here, and I've got chickens and rabbits and pigs and tilapia. I got an aquaponics system, and I grow veggies.
And tell them that we lost the BR too.
Oh no, don't worry about that right now. But we've lost combined. Well, you figured out my wife is 97 pounds, and I'm almost 110. So there you go. We called the show on the 29th of September in 2019, and Karen made a comment. He says, this was rooster approved, because she heard the roosters in the background.
I love it. I love it. We have 7 chickens, and boy, we let them roam around the day, and the brightness of those egg yolks and the taste.
Right.
It's so different.
All you got is that little?
We had over 500 chickens at the time.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a lot of eggs.
I want to wish you and Steve and Karen a very Merry Christmas, and your family too.
Oh, thank you so much. We wish you Merry Christmas as well. That's great. I'm just so excited that you guys are just
I had another.
Go ahead.
We're doing great. I attended your keto summit. Was I supposed to get some CDs on the keto summit?
No, just the digital access, links to the digital access.
Yeah.
Did you get the digital links?
Summit.
Yeah, did you get the links?
Okay.
If you didn't get the links, let me know and we'll send them to you. But
I don't know, can we resend it?
Yeah, we'll get it to you. It's not DVD, it's just basically the link.
CDs. I thought it was.
Yeah, I guess people don't even have CD players anymore. It's kind of it's interesting. I don't know. I'll definitely get those to you. I'm glad. So you watched the whole summit last year that we had. That
every Friday at 11 o'clock.
We watch you every Friday at 11 o'clock.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
I'm just-
and I tell everybody. I told about 3 people this week about you.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
Matter of fact, I told one guy, and not only before I forget, I was at a farm market a couple of years ago, and I met a friend of yours, and we were talking, and Michael Burr, you know Michael Burr?
Michael Burr or Berg?
Burr, B-U-R-R, Burr.
Vaguely, that rings a bell.
Yeah, when I told him, because I showed him before and after picture, and he says, "Well, how'd you do?" I said, "I follow Dr. Berg. I do the keto diet."
Oh wow, that is so great. It's really good just to meet, someone that actually has been watching the videos, because I do a lot of videos, and I always wondered who's watching these videos. So it's real nice to meet you and hear your wife as well. But this is so great.
How's your granddaughter?
Oh my gosh, just saw her today. She's like the epitome of keto healthy, because she doesn't do any sugar. This kid's no sugar, and it's at 2 years, and she's still doing partial breastfeeding as well. And so you have that immune system. But you talk about perfect dental structure and perfect balance and articulate and be able to learn. I mean, I'm just blown away. So we're doing the cod liver oil, the omega-3 fatty acids, and I have some sausage with organ meats that she's eating that. So it's just amazing.
So how old is she?
She's actually just over 2 years old.
Oh, great. In July, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's great. She's awesome.
That's when my wife's birthday is. We've been married for 53 years now.
Wow, that's so amazing. You're way past the average, which is like I think 7 or 2 years or something like that. That's amazing.
We've aged in reverse following your plan.
I love it.
You can't believe. I can't tell you how great I feel. I'm like a teenager. I bounce around this place and take care of my animals. 10 years ago, I was a health wreck.
Wow. For those of you
it goes to show when you eat good food, it's just like if you have a race engine, if you put good race gas in it, it runs good. If you put regular gas in, it'll just fall apart.
Exactly. For those of you watching, if you're new to keto, here's a perfect example. I'm going to put the link down below just for what to eat and the videos you need to watch to be educated. But as we get older, there's 2 problems. One is the body tends to slow down, but you can reverse it. You can maximize it to make sure you doesn't slow down. And also your cognitive function, you're sharp. You're like, there's so many people that even in their 70s that are just kind of mentally losing it. Unfortunately, completely unnecessary. Here's proof right here.
You ought to see my wife's aunt, Dr. Berg. She's going to be 101 on the 28th of January, and she is sharp as a tack and healthy as she lives on her own. You wouldn't believe it. You talk to her on the phone, you think she's 50 years old or something like that.
That's
I said to her, I asked her, I says, Aunt Rita, what's your secret? He says, well, I ate a lot of vegetables and salads. And she was never obese. And
wow.
She's going to be 101.
Oh my gosh.
Dr. Berg.
Why not? Why not? I mean, gosh, this is the whole aging thing is like, I think overrated. People are like, they think you have to have all these problems and they're on the meds. Like it's unnecessary if you just get the basic eating thing implemented and you're fasting, and it's the most important thing. And you're proof.
You got to put good fuel in your body. And
yeah.
Once I started, I never felt so good.
That's great.
I never felt so good, Dr. Berg.
That is awesome.
It's just amazing. It's just, it blows me away. And my weight right now, when I was in high school, 50 years ago, I was 148 and a half pounds. Now I'm down to below 132 pounds.
Wow.
And I don't starve myself. I eat good.
Wow.
You wouldn't believe the veggies I make. I got it in Brussels sprouts and broccoli or okra, and I use grass-fed butter and huge. I eat grass-fed beef and salmon. I eat salmon and avocados and.
Oh, that's so great, Joseph. That's just amazing. You're doing all the right things.
Yeah, we do some keto desserts, but not so much.
Yeah, it's not necessary. I think for some people with gut issues, it's probably not a good thing. But yeah, once you get on this, get the right stuff in, your body gets satisfied. You don't need this constant sweet.
I can tell you before, I remember before this all started, my wife made me a big breakfast. I had 3 eggs. I had wheat toast. I had 5 turkey sausages, and I had some other stuff.
Oh,
and I was at Lowe's getting some lumber, and an hour and a half later, I'm getting the shakes, and I'm getting headaches, and I think I'm starving, which I wasn't starving, but I'm getting the shakes and jittery and unbelievable. An hour and a half later, so I had to go at the time grab 2 Snickers bars because I was really, but that I had a sugar.
Yeah.
I guess my sugar spiked. But anyway, the longest day I did this, and it just happened. One Wednesday night I ate. It finished at 7 o'clock. So the next day, Thursday, I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat. I had my tea. Friday come along, I still wasn't hungry, so I had my tea. And Saturday come along, I still am not hungry, so I didn't eat Saturday. Sunday came along, I was not hungry, and so Monday come along, I'm not hungry. But we had to go out with our friend that night, so I did eat. But I went from Wednesday night till Monday night with no food, and I was never hungry at all.
Wow. Wow. Burning your own fat.
That blew me away.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
That's what I was eating, but I was eating my body fat.
Yeah, you were. You're living on a high-fat diet in your own fat. Joseph, this is amazing. I want to just thank
you. Keto adapted,
get in 100% fat burning, and it's very satisfying. Well, I really appreciate you spending time giving me your story, because I have you a featured story, and pictures on my website, and I was like, oh my gosh, I said, call this guy. I want to do an interview because it's amazing with the before and after. So a lot of people are going to be inspired by this, Joe. So it is. I mean,
I owe it all to you, Dr. Berg.
Hey,
without you, the people need the knowledge. The people need the knowledge of what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you're spot on. I recommend you to everybody.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that. Well, I really enjoy it. It's very satisfying, and I'm going to keep doing that. But it's so getting this basic eating plan, and it's like just educating people, make it understandable. I mean, and then when people can finally do it, they're like, okay, this really does work. But sometimes it takes a while for it to sink in with some people. But it
was amazing. I forward your videos too. One of your success stories, Krista, that lost over 200 pounds.
Oh yeah.
She went from 315 down to 138 pounds in 2 years.
Amazing.
I forward that video to quite a few people.
It's actually a mind-blowing thing. You know, I thought even 100 pounds in weight loss in a year is huge. I had a guy who came to one of my, I think the last 2 years, he lost he was 700 pounds. Now he's like 220. That's unusual. It's crazy, but you know what? Why not? If you have that much fat, you ride the wave, you're going to eventually lose it if you do the right thing. So
I could tell you, this doesn't pertain to keto, but I was at work and my one friend, I was talking to him, and this girl walks by, and my buddy Tom says, "What do you think of that girl?" I said, "She's gorgeous." Then he lays this on me. She used to weigh 305 pounds. He says, "Get out." And she lost 180 pounds in 2.5 years, but she did it eating 1,250 calories a day of the right food. And she worked out in the gym for 4 hours a day, 6 days a week. But you wouldn't believe this girl. She's 5'2", 123 pounds, perfect hourglass. And then he tells me she weighed 305 pounds. I says, "Get out."
Wow. I've seen that in my clinic. I had a gal that she was over 200. She wasn't that big, but she was 200 pounds. And, you know, she basically got her original figure back and very, very happy. And her husband is very happy as well. And so it's just amazing. I mean, the sky's the limit. If you actually have the combined with the right amount of exercise and recovery, and then you do this, you could really reshape your body in a very dynamic way.
I didn't exercise at all to lose this weight, Dr. Berg.
That is amazing.
Before, I did eight years in the gym and religiously 6 days a week. 6 days on the treadmill and three days a week doing weights. Then I did that prior and I couldn't lose any weight. Overtraining. Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Berg. I love you, and so does my wife.
I love you guys too.
A lot of weight, and we're healthy as can be.
My pleasure, and thank you so much for your great success.
Okay, Dr. Berg.
Okay.
Have a great Christmas.
You too.